Hey everybody, Playtendoguy here, and welcome to my review of Fortnite for Nintendo Switch. Last year, the gaming world was introduced to a new genre called Battle Royale. This new craze started with PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds, which proved to be insanely popular, but it was rival Fortnite Battle Royale that proved to be even more popular, mainly because it's free to play. But now, after many a rumour, the game is finally out now for Nintendo Switch, and for the most part they did a really good job of porting it. What many new players will ask is, what is Fortnite Battle Royale? Well, Fortnite sees 100 players dropped into a big huge map, and it sees all players fighting to be the last one alive. This can be by killing other players or invading them, as well as trying to stay in the safe zone of a map which is constantly shrinking. It's a very tense experience, especially when there's only about 20 players left alive. It's a dangerous game of cat and mouse, as you've got to keep your wits about you to see if any players are stalking you. But in turn, if you are found an unaware player, you can always take advantage of the situation. But be warned, the player you are stalking may also be followed by another more powerful player. It's all very edge of your seat stuff, and I can see why people like it so much. Also, why it's popular is because it's free to play. Yep, it costs nothing to download and you can play it without spending a penny. There is a caveat, there is microtransactions in the game. These are called V-Bucks and you can buy them to get in-game cosmetics for your avatar, such as costumes, glider tools and dance mode tees. The prices for these microtransactions vary from $7.99 all the way up to an eye-watering $79.99. Thankfully, you can play the game fully and enjoy it without having to spend a penny if you wish, as thankfully the game isn't paid to win. The microtransactions are just for cosmetics, and that's alright with me. Surprisingly, the game is the most up-to-date version of the game, which is very impressive indeed. The game is currently in its 4th season, and with all the new stuff like shopping trolleys, skins, weapons, and the superhero stuff are all present here. It's certainly great to see that we aren't behind compared to the other console versions. The game has a few different modes on offer. You have the main Battle Royale mode, which you can tackle alone, or in a duo, or even in a group of 4. There's also a Team Deathmatch mode, which splits 100 players 50-50, to the new Sniper Shooter mode, which sees you, or in a duo, tackling the Battle Royale with only sniper rifles. A very impressive feature is the game has voice chat. It launches on Thursday the 14th of June, and thankfully you don't have to use the cumbersome Nintendo phone app to do voice chat like you have to do in Splatoon 2. Instead, you can just use your headset with mic, and you're ready to go. It's great to see Epic Games doing this, and hopefully Nintendo will take some notes of this and allow headsets in their own online games instead of using that annoying phone app. One important piece of information you need to know if you're planning to link your Fortnite account from other versions to this version is that you mustn't have played the PS4 version with your account. If you have, you'll have to create a new account, so that means all your progress, items, cosmetics you bought can't be taken over, which is pretty bloody disgusting. You're fine if you played any other console version of Fortnite like the Xbox One, PC or iPhone, as it's just the PS4 version that's causing the trouble. But I'd like to make this clear, it's not Nintendo's fault, nor is it Epic Games' fault. The blame lies with Sony and their silly hostility to cross-platform play, and they really need to sort themselves out with this policy. As for the netcode itself, the game does deliver a solid experience. With my time with the game, I've noticed no dropped connection issues or crashes. There occasionally I've noticed a slight pause, which could be lag or it could be the game loading, but this and a couple of issues of weapons not picking up are slight problems. They are not bad issues, and they haven't lost me any matches yet, but it's something that could be patched down. But for the first day, it runs respectable, and I expect in a few months all these issues will probably be gone. Now let's talk how it runs on Switch. The game dock looks pretty okay. There's obviously some graphical differences between this and the other console versions. Things like pop-up do appear at times, shadows are a bit iffy and the textures do look a bit off. But it does seem to stick at that stable 30 FPS and only really drops when the action gets really over the top. Overall, playing docked isn't that bad at all. It's obviously the weakest version graphically out there, but as with all Switch ports, there's got to be some give and take, and to get this running on consoles is an achievement in itself though. Time to talk about handheld play now, which is where I played the majority of my time with the game on, and I prefer playing it handheld. Yes, it does look worse than playing it in dock, but it really didn't bother me. The game, very much like Xenoblade Chronicles 2, is running at a very low resolution than the Switch native 720p, and it can get a bit blurry, muddy, and suffer from some popping from time to time. But again, like playing at dock, the game's frame rate sticks solid at 30 FPS and only drops when the action gets busy. Overall, for me, playing on handheld is the way to go, though be prepared to charge your Switch constantly as the game will eat up your battery life. Anyway, conclusion time now, and Epic Games have made what many thought would be impossible possible by bringing Fortnite Battle Royale to the Switch. And while the game isn't without its technical and teething issues, I'm pretty sure these will be ironed out sooner or later. Sony not allowing you to link your account to the Switch version is disgusting, but it's not the game, Nintendo or Epic Games' fault, so don't take it out on them. The game is going to be a huge hit for the Switch and will be a huge system seller for Nintendo. It's great to see the most up-to-date version of the game here, and they did a very good job with it. I would honestly say download it now, even if you've never played or are a bit skeptical about Fortnite. Download it as it's free and you have nothing to lose. Thank you for watching my review. Like, rate and subscribe, and until next time, happy gaming. Bye!